if no one can accept praise, then let's just talk about some horrible people in the internet and then some nice gays on Netflix. I
Oh, we
like
love
that.
that. I love those.
Yeah.
I love the nice gays on Netflix. They made me cry.
No.
Did they?
Heartstopper is just by far one of the best things I've ever watched. Like, not like it's not perfect, and there is very clearly like some weird writing and acting in there, but like the way that like the animations that make you feel every time you see them, like even just the leaves, the butterflies that you feel as soon as you see them, you're like, oh, oh, and it's so gay, and it's so like unapologetically itself, but like it's defined half of my like past 2 weeks. It's just beautiful. It's
It's
just
just such a charming show, isn't it?
yeah.
You should be like, oh, I'll stick it on for an episode. And then it's then just completely enamored by it,
It's
just
just
smiling the whole way through.
Because what's it about? Isn't it just like he doesn't want to admit that they're boyfriends or whatever? Like, I don't know what the plot is. I haven't seen any of it. I've just heard lots about it.
I guess spoilers then if we're going, if people want to watch it. But I'll put a timestamp wherever. But we've got it's sort of like someone who's gay who's come out and then like is falling for someone who is coming to terms with their sexuality.
Okay.
It is beautiful in the way that he is discovering it and trying to understand himself, understand the feelings that he's developed for this kid who like really really likes him, and it's like proper like just a sappy love story. And if it was straight, you'd not bat an eyelid,
No.
but because it's gay and there aren't stories like that, it's just like so refreshing and different. And and it's how that they blend everyone together. Like you have Tao and what is her Elle's like sort of relationship with, and she's trans woman, so it's like that's a story in itself of like an actual straight relationship going on that like
Yeah,
is
really, really like that.
is spicy straight, it's
Spicy
fun.
straight.
It is. It's just. It's nice, and it's like clearly just doing what school like. It's pretty much just doing Waterloo Road, but like better.
Yeah. I got that vibe watching a trailer for it. I was like, yeah, this is what the new
So
one should
good.
be.
I don't know. I fell
I
in
mean,
love with
like,
it.
I work with like loads of like LGBT
Yeah.
teens like every day, and it's like I haven't seen the show, but they don't shut up about it. Like they're constant. It's like every day, like I've got a new kid comes in. It's like either talking to a friend or they ask me if I've seen it, and it's just it's damn nice that like they've got a show that they can all collectively watch now. Because I mean, like 10 years ago, we had maybe one or two.
Yeah.
Or
And it's also
you,
like,
you had to headcanon it. Yeah.
it's also like, as brilliant as sex education is, that's more aimed at like, I'd say our age group of like early 20s. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously teenagers and younger people do watch it. But then I'd say this is like a proper one that is like early teens, and it's just kind of everyone. So it's not got as much like adult material. It can just kind of be for everyone, and like the younger people can be
Yeah.
when they can watch these kind of stories and be like, oh, okay, so it's normal to be questioning that or to be feeling this, and to just show
Yeah.
that on the screen is actually just fucking brilliant, isn't it? It's just brilliant.
Yeah. Really
It's
nice.
just sort of open and honest about it. Like it's the difference between sex education and this is just the fact that sex education is literally trying to explain it to you, whereas this treats you like, oh, this is just the thing. This is just life. Like, don't sweat about it. Don't think that this needs to be a thing you need to figure out right now or you need to learn about right now. It's just like, look, they're boyfriends. And he's learning that he's bisexual. That's really cool. Let's focus in on how cool that is, and then just like not go into specifics of like how their sex life, because we don't give a shit. That's not the point of the show. The show is to
And
show
they're
relationships.
teenagers. We don't have to see that
No.
stuff. Like that's
It's just
For them.
relationship drama.
yeah.
And you just it's silly because it's clearly not doing something that like things like bad education or whatever the fuck just do, like,
Yeah.
but it's so so expressively doing things in such a way that feels refreshing and new because of the way that they're portraying these characters. Like in Bad Education, we had Stephen, and that was it, and it was very flamboyant, effeminate to gay for the jokes, for the bants. And then like this is, oh yeah, we got a gay kid who is genuinely being bullied all the time because he's gay, and so it means everyone else is hiding from it, and it's also an all boys school and an all girls school, and you're like dealing with that sort of thing, and how being gay in an all boys school is different to being in like a mixed environment. It's doing a lot of like weird small things that like in any normal show would not be brought up, and it feels like it just should be now. Like it just, this is sort of open a floodgate that feels like it was only shut because we didn't open it.
Yeah. It's just nice to come away from like a piece of like LGBT media, I assume, as well, and not be like annihilated afterwards, like and It's a Sin or a portrait of a lady on fire. Like, you just feel like, oh, that's so horrible and it's ended it so nastily, like, and it just, I've got no hope for anything ever again, whereas clearly you two just watch that and it's, I feel good about what I just watched. Like, I feel happy afterwards.
I think just in general, we struggle with portraying LGBT media that isn't explicitly, hey, this is LGBT. Whereas this, like, sure, Elle is trans, but that doesn't matter. She's getting into a straight relationship. Like, that is it. That's the whole of her plotline for that thing, and that's maybe reductive for people, but they're also doing it reductively for the male characters as well. It's not like it's just specifically doing what it's doing to be as easy to approach as possible. So people are like, oh, yeah, why isn't this in, you know, whatever the fuck, Waterloo Road? Is that coming back? That's coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they announced the cast like a couple of months ago.
So, like, why isn't that in
Never
that sort of
forgive them
stuff?
for killing off Tom.
Yeah, no. Or Grantley.
Like-
Was that his name?
Fuck knows.
I don't know.
But
The angry history teacher.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. Like, I think you could do Skins again at some point as well, and it would.
Why haven't they done Skins again?
Euphoria.
They'd come.
Okay. But Euphoria is, yeah,
better.
it sort of jumped the shark a bit.
But it's about the Skins cast of better actors, and I think they'd come back for it.
The Skins cast are better actors?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
now than they were then? Or do you mean
Yeah, now
compared
that
to
they were-
Euphoria's
Oh, I thought you were
actors?
comparing to
I was like,
Euphoria.
Yeah.
don't,
No,
do
no,
not
no.
disrespect my
No,
queen
like-
Zendaya like this, please.
Oh no!
How
I'm
dare.
like, if you got back some of like that original cast now and said like, right, let's do something with this properly. Not that I think you ever would.
I don't
That
think
would
you
be-
need them. That's the whole
Hell of a
point
show.
of like Skins, and the same thing with Misfits, where it's just
Wait
like,
another 10 years and do
Yeah.
it as their kids, and then you can continue their
or just in general,
storylines of Skins.
their point is they're changing characters each time, or like every so often they'll change characters. So like you could easily do that again. Like I feel like Misfits missed
Yeah.
an opportunity by like trying to reinforce the fact that they're criminals with superpowers, because they really
Yeah.
didn't need to be in that final season. It was one guy that came in
No.
in the third series, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what Heroes was designed to be. Like when it was first pitched, it'd be like it would be a new cast every single series, just like with a new mystery. But I don't think any show ever really does that now.
Apart from anthology ones, you got like American Horror Story
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, but even they're like flooding over now. Like,
True.
what's that? And less said about American Horror Story these days.